Toxic, what is your opinion on the state of Rust PC currently? As you know, Rust PC has been getting updates left, right and center, and it's come to be too much to handle for some creators. I say some, pretty much most of the community. Hopefully I've got the video in the background. However, there's so many tweets from Rust PC content creators, ones with millions of followers, huge influence on the community and content, have been crying out saying this game is just going to shit. Wally1K, big advocate for wanting the old recall back, and a lot of other creators also do agree. One YouTuber and streamer that I do look up to is Warrior. He is a beast, especially when it comes to the MP5. He had that on lock 24/7, and just watching his content as well as other people's content come into Rust PC, it was just great to see great players. You aspired to be like someone, you had a target to reach, and then the new recall happened, and then after that it was just update after update after update. So much stuff that both was pointless, and also some updates, you know, were useful within the game. But it just feels like Rust PC, in my opinion, is more directed towards beginner players. It's not you get into the game, you have to play it to get good. Rather, you play a week and you're already good. Not to mention the absolutely pointless anti-cheat that apparently this game has included. I don't really see many people get banned on official servers where the main hackers or cheaters were. You can even cheat as bad as you can on community servers where obviously they get banned as soon as possible. But you see people just walking around with like rocket launchers, AKs, dropping stuff, literally flying, that are just playing the game. And these are people not even on their main accounts because they got banned. They just simply made a new account or bought a fresh new account of people because that's what they do. And then they just go back into the game like nothing's happened. I do think Rust needs just a new reset button. It just needs a reset button. That's what it needs. It needs to go back to its fundamentals of being a competitive PvP game. Not this playing it for a couple of days as a streamer to just get people into the game more and then fuck off because they've lost interest in the game like a few creators did. Because at the end of the day, this is where the recall change come into play. A lot of people just couldn't keep up with the skill. People just wanted an easier game to play. And Rust has never been an easy game to play, period. It's been sad to watch these content creators that had so much skill in controlling the recall pattern and were known as the best creators for PvP now just get beamed by people that have less than, let's say, 20 days. It's quite incredible to see. I remember watching Wally1K's videos back in the day, just when the recall update happened, and he was playing and he was just getting tripled like I've never seen him get tripled before, especially when the older recall was existing. I do think they need to change the recall to make it harder, and they do need to invest a lot of money into an anti-cheat system that is just better than what they have. Of course, it's easier said than done, but there's an outcry from the biggest creators on the platform that have a lot of influence over the community, as they have over millions of followers combined, that if you lose the content creators such as Blueprint, Frost, Stevie, Warrior, Tacular, Wally1K, I could go on. If you lose them, you're losing a lot of the community that already play this game. Attack helicopters, why is that coming in? Generally, the game looks like a realism version of Fortnite. It's just sad to see, in my opinion, the way this game is going. It could have gone a lot better. It could have gone down the route of being a more competitive PvP driven game, but the game is just updating itself for update's sakes, trying to stay relevant. And obviously if you don't update the game or have a new monument or have a new feature like attack helis, people are going to be like, well, I'm just playing this game over and over again and I'm kind of getting bored of it because there's no other outcome than what I'm getting, whether it be offline, insided. You know, people like to have a fresh change. And don't get me wrong, you can have a fresh change on the updates that Facepunch can integrate within the game while still competing with the bigger games, as well as still having the fundamentals of competitive gameplay between players. It's more than possible. The unfortunate thing is with this, I don't think it's getting better anytime soon. I think the game itself is just on a trajectory to go downhill from now till however long. I know there's jokes and rumours about Rust 2 being a thing, though I don't know what the concept of the game of Rust 2 will be about. This game that we know of Rust from Facepunch, that has been a thing that we've all come to love for over a decade, is just going downhill. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people like the state that Rust is in at the moment. It's fun to just get on after work, after school, and have a fun couple of hours with your friends or teammates. And whilst that's all well and good, the competitive aspect is just dead. And it's similar with console, however, that would just be another video. I think the creators should have a huge influence on the way this game is going, especially the collective that have been here since day one. I know there's a couple that hadn't played Rust for many years and only played it for a couple of months on Twitch, and because they were big up in the creator platform, it felt like they have more leverage to say what they want and to see the progression of the game through their perspective of wanting an easier recall and then just dipping and not playing the game again, than those like Wally 1K, Blueprint, Warrior, those who were competitively sound at the game, created great content for people to watch, yet didn't have as much leverage in the outcomes of the game's updates. How do you perceive the way that Rust is going at the moment? Do you think it's on a decline, or do you think it's on an incline? Because I do know that there's a lot of players that still play Rust, over 300,000, and the numbers are only getting bigger. However, the fun of competitiveness is going downhill rapidly. The love for the game from creators, which in my opinion bring a lot of players to the game first and foremost, which is why a lot of developers listen to their creators. So whilst they're going on an incline of active players, they're going in a decline for people that want to create content for the game and are having fun and being passionate for it. Do you think Rust is in a good state, or do you think it's in its worst state yet? As always, leave a comment down below and see you in the next one.